This is Clinton Imagi, and I'm starting my presentation. In my audience today, I have my girlfriend, and I have my sister. My career presentation is going to be about nurses. Now, there's so many types of nurses in the world right now. We see them as caregivers who help out and give care to patients all around the world. Nurses make up the biggest healthcare occupation in the United States. Their duties include communicating between patients and doctors, supervising nurses' aides, caring for patients, and administering medicine. We've come a long way from the origins of medicine and nursing to the modern techniques and procedures that we now follow. Nursing involves caring for the sick, the disabled, the injured, and the dying. The word nurse originally comes from the Latin word nutrite, meaning to suckle, referring to a wet nurse. Only in the late 16th century, where it was changed to the modern meaning of a person who cares for the infirm. The history of nursing. Although the origin of nursing predates the mid-19th century, the history of professional nursing traditionally starts with Florence Nightingale. Nightingale, the well-educated daughter of a wealthy British family, she defied social conventions and decided to become a nurse. During the time, it wasn't accepted for wealthy women of status to become a nurse because it was seen as you're trying to help total strangers or anything. It was seen as a less than profession, especially for nurses, especially for women. But she felt differently. She felt that well-educated women could dramatically improve their care to patients, and of course she was right. She also felt that it will create a great professional career for women in a space at the time where there was little. She also was right. In time, she was asked by the British government to gather some nurses and help out with the soldiers that were dying from illnesses and diseases due to poor sanitation. Within a matter of weeks, the death rate decreased and soldiers were no longer infected with the diseases. They made nightly rounds to tend to the soldiers, which is still in practice to this very day. The Western world incorporated her practices by the end of the 19th century. Nurses transformed hospitals into neat, organized, and systemized environments in which patients are allowed to heal. In order to obtain your nursing license, however, you must show proof of graduating from a state-approved nursing program and pass the NCLEX exam. Then they'll check your background, amongst other things, to make sure you're fully eligible for the license. Once you're licensed, there are so many different avenues that could go, as there's a big market for nurses all around the world, whether in rural or urban environments. They have hospital-based nursing practice, community-based nursing practice, mental health nursing practice, geriatrics, and pediatrics, amongst other things. There will be a 16% 10-year growth projection in nursing over this next 10-year span. So it's only going to increase more and more with more people interested in the field. Initial pay can start anywhere from $43,000 to $50,000. And median pay will be about $68,000. Now, if you wanted to move forward, you can become a nurse practitioner or a clinical nursing specialist or a midwife, where you get your master's in nursing instead of the regular bachelor's, and you can make more, anywhere from $80,000 to $115,000. Nurses are well-respected individuals that are mostly known as a profession vastly occupied by women. There's been a slow increase of men slowly coming into the field, but women still vastly outweigh. Nurses are the pillars of hospitals and clinics, as they often weld the communication gap between physicians and clients and patients. 21st century nursing is the glue that holds a patient healthcare journey together. And of course, nurses are indispensable as a safeguarding of public health. Thank you, guys.